I'm bloody late. I'm late for the very important date over the Zweite Bundesliga. The next man is coming at you. Nay. Prediction video today. We're looking forward to match number 22 over in the Zweite Bundesliga, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button, keep it bang up to date with all things Zweite Bundesliga related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football. We got it all here, boys. Under Waruski. That's right, Darmstadt still lead the charge, 1 point clear over St. Pauli. Werder Bremen, though, into the top 3. Of course, will the big boys make an instant return to the top flight? We'll take a look at it, all of it in a minute. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They're the Patreons, boys. Thank you for loving. And of course, a big shout out to Siobhan Hussain. The latest member of the Patreon gang. What he did was went down there, hit the button, and of course became a latest member of the Brotherhood for life. That's Blackburn Overseas Patrons. Make sure you check it out. Of course, support the channel another way. The amount of videos I bang out here, boys, just show a bit a lot. I'm not begging for you, but if you think it is a feat, it is quite a feat. That's the wife. She hardly ever sees me. So yeah, get involved down the Patreon, support the channel another way. We are trying to make things happen this year, monster year. Anyway, let's get in the deep end then, shall we? Of course, take a look at how we all got on last time around. Then here we go. Darmstadt picked up a 5-0 drubbing. They got smashed by Hamburger SV, of course, moving up to 4th in the table themselves. Holstein Kiel won their win over Düsseldorf. I went with a 0-0 draw myself. Werder Bremen 2-1 winners over Karlsruher, up to 3rd, like I said. St. Pauli 2-2 draw against Paderborn. Of course, both of those guys have outside, or at least aspirations to get themselves back into the top flight as well. Sandhausen 2-0 win over Erzgebirge. Sandhausen, of course, out of the relegation zone for the time being. Fortuna Düsseldorf could be going down to the 3rd tier. Holy shit, the bed. Heidenheim 3-1 winners over Hannover 96. They're also struggling right now. Schalke 2-1 winners over Jahn Regensburg. Dynamo Dresden also got beat by Hansa Rostock. 4-1 win for them. Big win for Hansa Rostock, moving up to 12th in the table. Meanwhile, Nürnberg 5-0 got destroyed by Ingolstadt. Bottom of the table, Ingolstadt. Oh my goodness, Christian. And Karlsruher in the bonus match there, which I don't think I had that on the prediction league. 2-0 win for Sandhausen as well. So big 6-pointer for Sandhausen out of the drop zone. Of course, take a look. Of course, the table looks like this. Darmstadt leading the charge, 1 point clear over St. Pauli. Level on points with Werder Bremen, of course, 1 point clear over Hamburger, SV, Schalke, Heidenheim, and then there's a bit of a gap between Nürnberg and the chasing pack. Maybe, just maybe, the top 6 are in it, and the rest, of course, have to settle with Zweite Bundesliga for another season. Meanwhile, Ingolstadt, Erzgebirge out, and Düsseldorf are in trouble big time. Of course, Sandhausen just out of it for the time being. But anyone's guess, as I think it's Holstein Kiel below. They're all the relegation matter. And then Jahn Regensburg and Paderborn, unfortunately, look like they're out of it. And Nürnberg. I think Nürnberg, Paderborn, Regensburg, but they are going to be your middle of the road. They're not competing for the top. They're not competing for the drop. But the rest have got all sorts of shit to fight about. Anyways, take a look at Austin Prediction League. Got to take up bloody bow. These guys: Shane O'Donnell, Shepherd, Nottingham, Anti-Bet the Great. Of course, kicking ass and taking names. And of course, big shout out to the patrons. Of course, I don't think they're respected there. Oh, there they are. Here they come. Well done. Yes, indeed. Oh, there you go. There's the patrons. Much love for you guys. Kicking ass and taking names. What about the grand old scheme of things? This is the mini league. And the mini league shows this. It is Deep at the Great is in 2nd spot alongside Shepherd, but leading is Nottingham. Well done to you, sirs. Of course, that's the mini league. It's the second half of the season league. There is the Master League. If you want to get involved and check it all out and see who's winning, become a patron. You'll get access to the data. Hopefully, I'm trying to work on it. It's been a busy old bloody week. Anyway, get involved here. Cut the Fortuna Bundesliga 2, and of course, hopefully, I'll see you next week for the next round of matches. But of course, speaking of the next round of matches, here they are come. Of course, just a single match week here over in the Bundesliga. That's how I like it. Of course, coming at you though, kicking on forward, it will be Hamburger SV up against Heidenheim. Let's get in the deep end now, shall we? Of course, now these two sides will lock on to the Volkspark Stadion on the 12th of Feb. Early kickoff there. 7 times they played each other since 2008. This, of course, will be on the 12th of Feb. 2 was for Hamburg, 3 for Heidenheim, and 2 draws. Hamburg coming to unbeaten in the last 6 games, picking up 4 wins and 2 draws. Of course, 83% form up against the Heidenheim side. Just lost once in the past 6 as well. Heidenheim haven't lost the last 4. Coming at you though, last time around over at Hamburg was a 2-win for Hamburg. That was back in March 2021. The reverse fixture, of course, in Heidenheim back in match number 5 was a 0-0 draw as well. The away side hasn't won this game since Heidenheim beat Hamburg back in 2019 in the zweite Bundesliga. Hamburg pick up a 5-0 win over Darmstadt. Heidenheim pick up a 3-1 win over Hannover 96. Of course, the odds for this one, 4-3 on your Hamburg, 7-2 is your away win, 14-5 is your draw. 1-0 win for Hamburg here for me. And of course, to make a push, for a real decent push for top 2. Düsseldorf are in trouble. They're going to be taking on, of course, Schalke, of course, on Sunday, February the 13th. It is Halloween, is Valentine's Day Eve. Played 13 times in 1995, 4 was Düsseldorf, 5 was the Schalke, and 4 draws, of course. Just 1 6 for Düsseldorf right now, 25% form. And because the Schalke side, unbeaten in the last 6, pick up 3 wins and 3 draws, 75% form as well. Last time I played over in Düsseldorf, it was a 2-1 win for Düsseldorf back in May 2020. I was in, of course, in the Bundesliga. The reverse fixture, of course, in Schalke was a 3-1 win for Schalke way back in August. Schalke picked up a 2-1 win over Jahn Regensburg. Of course, Düsseldorf picking up a loss against Holstein Kiel. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4 losses on the bounce in the zweite Bundesliga, and haven't scored in 4 games as well. Absolutely criminal stuff there. 11-5 is your Düsseldorf, 5-4 is your Schalke, and 12-5 is your draw. I'm going Schalke here. They'll get a goal though, Düsseldorf, but not enough to trouble them in the end. Paderborn, nope, Karlsruher taking on Nürnberg. Let's get into this one on Saturday, February the 12th. Now these two sides will take place at the Wildpark Stadium. Played 23 times in 1992. 6 wins to Karlsruher, 10 wins to Nürnberg. 7 draws, of course. Karlsruher winning just 1 6 for them, 42% form because Nürnberg side 1-3 lost 3 of the last 6, 50% form as well. Last time played, of course, over in Nürnberg, in Karlsruhe, sorry, was a 1-0 win for Nürnberg. That was back in February 2021. Of course, the reverse fixture in Nürnberg back in August was a 2-1 win for Nürnberg as well. Nürnberg did lose to Ingolstadt, 5-0 loss last time around. Meanwhile, Karlsruhe picking up a loss against Sandhausen. Of course, 8-5 is your host, 17-10 is your away win, and 12-5 is your draw. I'm going to back nobody here. 1-1 draw right down the middle, point split. What about you? What about you? Are you thinking about anything different on that? Let me know down below your opinions about these games and more. Kicking off forward is Paderborn up against Dresden. That's right, of course, over at the Bentala Arena. Played each other 17 times in 2003. 7 wins for Dresden, 6 wins for Paderborn, and 4 draws. Just 1 win, though, in 6 for Paderborn right now. 25% form up against the Dresden side. Without a win in 4 now, 50% form, of course. Last time I played each other over in Paderborn, it was a 3-0 win for Paderborn back in December 2018. Meanwhile, the reverse fixture in Dresden this season, back in August, was a 3-0 win for Paderborn as well. Paderborn picked up a draw against St. Pauli. Dresden did lose to Rostock. The odds for this one, 11-10 is your Paderborn, 3-1 is your way win. That's Dresden at 5-2 is draw. I'm back in Paderborn here, 2-1 win for them at home. Of course I am. Of course I am. Of course, next up, of course, Erzgebirge taking on Holstein Kiel on the 11th of Feb. That's this coming Friday. That's tomorrow, guys. 15 times they played since 2002. 3 wins for Erzgebirge, 8 wins for Kiel, and 4 draws. Of course, Erzgebirge without a win in at least 6. In fact, they haven't won in the last 7, really. Up against the Kiel side, just 1 loss at the past 6. 67% form for them right now. Last time played in Erzgebirge was that was, of course, over at the Erzgebirge Stadium. Was a 1-1 draw back in October 2020 in the Zweite Bundesliga. Meanwhile, Holstein Kiel pick up a 3-0 win in the reverse fixture back in August on my birthday. That's right. Erzgebirge pick up a 2-0 loss against Sandhausen last time around. Holstein Kiel pick up a 1-0 win over Düsseldorf last time around. Look at the odds for this one. It is 23-10 is your host, 65 is your way win. That's Holstein Kiel, and 12-5 is your W. That is the draw. Of course, 1-0 win for Holstein Kiel on the road for me on this one, taking it 3 points and, of course, moving the chains. Holstein Kiel, Hannover 96, of course, locking horns. Where are you? Up against Darmstadt. It's on Sunday, February the 13th. Now, these two sides play each other at the HDI Arena. 8 times they played each other since 2015. 1 win for Hannover, 6 wins for Darmstadt, and 1 draw. Of course, Hannover just 2 defeats in the past 6 games, 58% form. Up against Darmstadt, also 2 defeats in the past 6 games, 58% form as well. Last time they played each other in Hannover was 2-1 for Darmstadt. That was back in May 2021. Of course, last season. Meanwhile, the reverse fixture, of course, in Darmstadt back in August, 4-0 win it was for Darmstadt. So back-to-back wins for Darmstadt, heading into the just once the past 6 against Hannover, of course. So they like playing Hannover. Meanwhile, Hannover picking up a 3-1 loss against Heidenheim. Darmstadt did lose to Hamburg, and big time 5-0 loss as well. Look at the odds for this one. We have what do we have? We have Hannover 21-10 for the victory, 5-4 is your Darmstadt, and 5-2 is your draw. 2-0 win for Hannover for me at home to take it to the house. Next up, of course, we have Jahn Regensburg taking on St. Pauli. Of course, Jahn Regensburg did dominate the table at the start of the season. Of course, St. Pauli also had their start or a reign at the top of the table, but of course, locking horns this coming Saturday. Let's get to the deep end now. These two sides played 11 times since 2012, 4 wins apiece and 3 draws. Regensburg just 1 win in 6 for them, 25% form. Up against St. Pauli side, 1 win in 6, also 42% form as well. Last time picture that over in Regensburg, it was a 3-0 win for Regensburg. That was back in May 2021. The reverse fixture, of course, in St. Pauli this season, back in August, was a 2-0 win for St. Pauli as well. The home side hasn't won this game in a long time. In fact, they haven't ever. Stretch it all the way back to 2012. Meanwhile, kicking on forward, of course, Schalke to beat Regensburg last time around back in May, the 5th of Feb. Meanwhile, St. Pauli pick up a 2-2 draw against Paderborn. Look at the odds though for this one. 50-8 is your Regensburg, 11-8 is your St. Pauli, and 5-2 2 is your draw. I'm back in a draw here. Of course, both of these two sides need points, but of course, one ain't going to cut it. Meanwhile, kicking off order to be Hansa Rostock taking on Werder Bremen. They're, of course, flying high. Now, these two sides, of course, play each other 27 times in 1995. 8 wins to Rostock, 40 wins to Bremen, and 5 draws, of course. Rostock just won in 6 of them, 33% form, up against the Bremen side of 1-6 on the bout. Goodness gracious me, 100% form. However, this match will take place on, of course, the 11th. That's Friday, Oststadion, of course. Last time at this same venue in competitive action was way back in 2008. It was a 2-1 win for Bremen in Rostock in the Bundesliga, of course. Meanwhile, coming at you, the reverse fixture, of course, was over in Bremen back in August. That was a 3-0 win for Werder Bremen. So Werder Bremen, of course, in competitive action have won 3 on the spin against Hansa Rostock. Kicking on forward, though, Rostock picking up a 4-1 win over Dresden last time around. Bremen picking up a 2-1 win over Karlsruher. The odds for this one, 7-2 is your Rostock, 5-4 odd is your Bremen. Of course, 13-5 is your draw. 2-0 win for Bremen on this one on the road. And again, maybe make a push for the top 2. And then finally, we have Ingolstadt. They're going to be taking on... well, they're going to be taking on Sandhausen, of course. Bit of a relegation, 6 points down the foot of the table. Now, these two sides, of course, have played each other. How many times? I'm still thinking about it. Come on, computer. Come on, computer. It's just thinking about it. I don't know. We're going to have to do it ourselves. Manually go there. Ingolstadt taking on, of course, Sandhausen. A bit of a relegation 6-pointer. That is correct. Taking place over at the... It doesn't like it. It doesn't bloody like it. It is at the Audi Sports Park, taking place this coming Sunday, Valentine's Eve. 15 times they played since 2007, 6 wins for Sandhausen, 5 wins for Ingolstadt, and 4 draws. Of course, Ingolstadt picking up 2 wins out of 6, 42% form up against the Sandhausen side, who've lost once in the past 6, 67% form as well. Last time played each other over in Ingolstadt, it was a 2-1 win for Sandhausen, of course, who did play each other in Sandhausen back in August. That was a 2-0 win for Ingolstadt. Of course, it kind of can go either way. In fact, Ingolstadt just won once in the past 5, 6 even against Sandhausen, and of course that was last time around. Ingolstadt picking up a 5-0 win over Nürnberg. Sandhausen picking up a 2-0 win over Karlsruher. In fact, coming to on the back-to-back clean sheets for Sandhausen. Look at the odds for this one. We have Ingolstadt 5-4 for 32-10 is your women. That's Sandhausen 5-2 is your draw. 1-1 for me on this one. I cannot separate the two sides. Can you get involved with your own picks as well, as we look forward to seeing what you got next time around? It is free to enter, and of course a good bit of banter as well. If you think you are a Bundesliga 2 expert or Bundesliga expert, German football expert, I want to get into content creation, I am on the lookout for guys just like you. Let me know down in the comment section that you are a content creator. Of course, you might have seen some new faces on the channel. They're going to be hopefully taking over a bit more a longer term sort of role over the next few weeks and months heading into next season. And of course, I would love to be able to hand over the keys to a Bundesliga 2 expert out there. So if that's you or want to get into content creation, of course, make a bit of pocket money and also get your name out there, come on, let me know down below. Help me to help you. But until then, guys, I'll see you soon. Smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. I'll see you soon for the next, of course, which will be after these games. Until then, we're done for now.